Namaskaram to all viewers of Jyotirmarg. Dear viewers, in our last rendering, we discussed how Vidura's invisible hands reached out to the Pandavas in helping them to travel fast through the Ganga river and then to cross that river, thereby enabling them to reach a far-off land away from the Kauravas and Hastinapur. In the last chapter, we stopped where the Pandavas were sleeping on the ground under a banyan tree in a dense and dark forest and Bhim sitting guard watching over them. Time. Time is the silent witness and spectator of everything in this universe. In a different role, from the pregnancy of that time originates all karma, and thereafter, time takes up the role of the unstoppable and inevitable equalizer. For some time, that time has been witnessing the seeds of adharma being sown by King Dhritarashtra and Duryodhan. But remember, this was not destiny. Dhritarashtra and Duryodhan had options based on dharma. For example, the vast empire of the Kurus could have been divided between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Especially so because the boundaries of the Kuru empire were extended and expanded, and many kingdoms were added by none other than the Pandava princes Bhim and Arjun. That also they had accomplished without the backup and support of the army of Hastinapur. Even then, Duryodhan, with the support of his father, made his choice to burn the Pandavas to death and to take over the kingdom from them. And how time will equalize his karma, only time is aware of that. Dear viewers, now let's continue. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet harihi om. Close to the place where the Pandavas were resting, there lived a very ferocious, cruel and fierce-looking cannibal Rakshasa of gigantic size and strength. His name was Hidimba. He was very dark-skinned with long and copper-colored hair and beard. His sharp and pointed teeth were seen protruding from his mouth. He had long and large ears which were pointed upwards, and his yellow eyes were bulging out. Body full of hair and with long and sharp nails, he had the strength and power of the Rakshasas, which was much more and superior compared to the strength of the humans. His favorite food was human flesh, and now with his Rakshasa powers, he got the scent of humans in that vicinity. Hidimba called out for his sister, whose name was Hidimbi. She also lived in the same surroundings. Now Hidimba told his sister to go around and look for the humans and to kill them and to bring them to him. Then he sat there and waited, dreaming about feasting on human flesh. Thereupon, Hidimbi went looking for humans and soon came across the Pandavas. She saw Kunti and 4 Pandava brothers sleeping on the ground and Bhim sitting guard and watching over them. Seeing that extraordinarily tall and well-built Bhim, handsome and radiant like a celestial, the Rakshasa woman, Hidimbi, at first sight only fell in love with him. She thought that by obeying the cruel command of her brother and killing him, that will make them happy only for a short while. But if she can live with him, she can be happy for a lifetime. Thereupon, that Hidimbi, who was capable of changing form at will, got herself transformed into a beautiful woman and approached Bhim and spoke to him in a very soft and respectful manner like this. O strong-armed one who looks like a prince or a deva, who are you, and who are all these others who are sleeping in this forest? Who is this celestial beauty who looks like a devata? She is sleeping with such trust and confidence as if she is sleeping safely in her own chamber or palace. She doesn't know that she and others are resting in the midst of Rakshasas who feast on human beings. This is the abode of the most cruel and strong Rakshasa by name Hidimba, and I am his sister Hidimbi. I have been sent by my brother to kill you all so that he can enjoy eating your flesh. O great one, on seeing you, who is strong and handsome with captivating beauty and charm, I have already accepted you as my husband. This is the truth, and so please do not refuse my request. I can travel in the skies as well as in the waters. You wake them up and come with me. I shall take you far away from my brother and others like him who dwell this forest. Then you may enjoy life with me in the most beautiful realms of this universe. Listening to the words of Hidimbi, Bhim replied like this, O beautiful one, I do not intend to wake up my mother and brothers from the comfort of their sleep. and I am not afraid of your brother or other Rakshasas also. Humans, Yakshas, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, Pishachas or Rakshasas will not be able to face me or my might. So whatever you or your brother may do, I do not have any problem about that. You may stay or go or send your brother as you wish. By this time, Hidimba, who was waiting for eating human flesh, lost his patience because of the delay caused by his sister. Jumping down from the tree on which he was sitting, Hidimba walked angrily towards the place where the Pandavas were resting. Seeing him coming, Hidimba in a fearful tone told Bhim to wake up his mother and brothers and said that she will carry them all to a place of safety far away from this forest. Bhim replied that there is neither any need to run away from that Rakshasa nor to be afraid of him, and also that her Rakshasa brother is not going to be alive for a long time now. Bhim also told her not to look upon him with contempt because he is a human being. Hidimba replied that Bhim's unwavering confidence, even after standing face to face with her approaching brother, is an indication of his strength and capability, and as such, she is seeing him with respect and not with contempt. Hidimba, who was very close to them by now, heard this exchange of words between the two of them. And he also noticed how his sister had got herself transformed into a very beautiful woman. Realizing that his sister had fallen for that human being, he roared like thunder and told her that for deceiving the clan of Rakshasas and for joining hands with humans who are good only as food for the Rakshasas, he will kill her also now along with the humans. When Hidimba came closer to his sister with the intention of killing her, Bhim told him that she is innocent, as it is the act of the god of love or Kamadeva which made her to fall in love with him. And also that in his presence no woman will be harmed or molested or killed by anyone. And Bhim challenged Hidimba to test his strength and to face him in combat rather than threatening a female. Thereupon, that giant-like Rakshasa tried to hit Bhim with his fist, but to his utter surprise, Bhim caught his hand and lifted him up with his other hand and then threw him away to a spot far away from where they were standing, while telling Hidimba that there is no need to disturb those who were sleeping. Thereafter, Bhim approached that Rakshasa and engaged himself in a mortal combat with him. Meanwhile, the sleeping Pandava brothers and their mother Kundi woke up as their sleep was interrupted by the roars and thunder-like sounds made by Bhim and the Rakshasa while they were hitting each other with unimaginable strength and power. They all saw Bhim engaged in a deadly duel with a Rakshasa and a very beautiful woman standing in front of them. Mesmerized by her supernatural beauty and splendor, Kundi asked her in a very soft tone who she is and why she is standing there like that. Thereupon, in a very respectful tone and manner, Hidimba replied to Kundi like this: "O lady of great glamour and grandeur, I am Hidimba, the sister of Hidimba, that Rakshasa who is engaged in a duel with your mighty and powerful son. Hidimba is the lord of this forest and the strongest among the Rakshasas who dwell this forest. As ordered by my brother, I came here to kill you all and to take you as food for my brother. But at the first sight itself, your strong and handsome son conquered me and my heart. Meanwhile, my brother came here with the intention of killing you all and me too for disobeying him and for falling in love with your son. But your mighty armed son lifted and threw my brother to that far off spot, saying that there is no need to disturb you all in your sleep. Meanwhile, Arjun went near Bhim and the Rakshasa and told Bhim that there is no need to worry as they are all awake now. Arjun said that Bhim may step back and relax while Arjun will finish him off with his arrows. To this Bhim replied that he is testing his own skills at his first opportunity of facing an opponent of reasonable size and strength, and that there is no need for Arjun to get involved. Arjun then reminded Bhim that it is nearing sunrise and twilight is the zone when the strength and illusionary powers of the Rakshasas will get elevated to its maximum levels. So Bhim may either bring this duel to an end by killing the Rakshasa or leave him to Arjun to finish him off. Thereupon, an enraged Bhim lifted the Rakshasa in his hands and rotated him 100 times in the air and brought him down very fast. By hitting that Rakshasa very strongly on his own thigh, Bhim broke his backbone and threw him fiercely on the ground. The fierce and horrible death cry of that Rakshasa reverberated through the length and breadth of that forest, and all the animals and creatures living there and other Rakshasas also trembled with fear. Dear viewers, here ends this chapter of our rendering of Rishi Vedavyasa's timeless epic Mahabharata. Harihi Om.